everyone. Welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker Training. I'm Richard Carlton here. It's Friday. I would say it's hump day, but that would have been a couple days ago. Today we're kind of the end of the week. We got Christian Schmitz here talking about the latest, greatest stuff in the world of the MonkeyBread plugin. And the reason he's here so much is because at the end of the day, A, I use his stuff, and B, he doesn't pay me to do this or pay me to say this. But he shows up on the show and shows us how to solve problems that we can't normally solve very easily. You go to monkeybreadsoftware.com, click the button right here. You can choose the language you want. You can download the plugin for free. It has a lot of free features in it, and then you can pay to support the plugin because it solves a lot of problems that we have. There's always something that your software package, your default product won't do, and the MonkeyBread compensates for that by doing a great job and giving us the capabilities that we need. The other day I needed a bunch of screenshots of videos, and then I needed to overlay a little play button on top of it and then get a new screenshot or new picture, doing layering and stuff. And I just hacked it together, and I got stuck on one thing, and I sent Christian an email, and he sent me back, and there's like only 700 sample files. They're like, it's dripping with sample files. So it's super cheap, super great. I highly recommend it. So it's pretty inexpensive. So what I'm going to do is, before I do that, let's just talk a little bit about what's coming in the broadcast schedule. So this is fmtraining.tv. If you come to the button down here on the left side, you can see the upcoming broadcast schedule. Christian Schmitz today. Monday is Christian Olson, a different Christian, but they're both wonderful people. And then you got Calvin, who we all love as well. And then starting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have hot action, sexy news. We'll have guest speakers to talk about the hot news of the day. I promise if you come, your time will not be wasted. A good time will be had by all. What is, I'm messing up my English, Margaret? It's Friday.
An excellent time will be had by all. Yeah.
There we go. Nice answer. All right. But I'm going to step back and let Christian Schmitz, not Smith, Christian Schmitz, take over control. Christian Schmitz, are you there? MonkeyBread Commander, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Feel free.
So let's.
Okay, you have command of the bridge. You have the bridge, Christian.
Yeah. So today we are talking about PDF management. There's a new thing we want to start with, and that's Windows. With Windows version 10, Microsoft finally got a little bit of PDF functionality built into the operation system. So this here, you can now double-click a PDF, and actually Windows can show it on itself. You don't need to have a PDF reader installed. It's built into the operation system. Now here, open with Microsoft Edge. So it has a PDF viewer built in. And that's also what FileMaker is using for their preview on the interactive container. So we have a new example here for Windows about PDF. So let's double-click this.
By the way, Lynn from Austin was very confused about this because you were demoing some preview PDF stuff on the Mac, and he didn't understand that this goes back to the beginning of time, but Windows has always lagged behind the Mac on this. And so, yeah, so that's why we're doing this demo, Lynn. Because of your email to me, I pass this information along to Christian Schmitz about this topic. So there we go.
Okay, let's add a PDF.
Can't do it until you add a new record. New record. Oh, it did do it.
No, I click check pages. And
you have 0 records though on the top. That does weird things to FileMaker.
Yeah, but looks like I just didn't have the plugin installed here. So let's take which is which again? Well, the one with the icon probably. So let's move it. Let's go back. Well, if you have an old plugin, the plugin doesn't know the function. So let me click check pages, and there's a page. So the script creates a page. No, the script creates a record for each page. Shows you the page number, the rotation of the page, width and height, and a picture. So
I can tell you that even if FileMaker were able to generate a thumbnail of the first page, it wouldn't know the number of pages or the dimensions or any of this capability right here.
Yeah.
The most that FileMaker will ever do is generate a thumbnail of the first page. That's all it could ever do. Even on the Mac, that's the only thing it does. So if you need any of this other stuff over here that you see, other capabilities and editing the PDF, heaven forbid, right? All that stuff. Let me see. There's my all this stuff here. You must have the MonkeyBread plugin or something, right? So yeah.
So okay, this is brand new. I made such an example with the Windows PDF functions. I made the same example with the Mac features, PDFKit, and I made one with DynaPDF, our cross-platform solution.
Okay.
So we have 3 times this example. Does the same thing. In this case, it loads a container from the field. In this case, you can also load from a file. You can pass optionally a password. If your file is secure and you need a password, then you can query the page count. You can loop over the pages, and for each page, we query here the size and the rotation, and we ask the plugin to make a preview picture at a specific size. So in this case, it's a little bit small. You know, if you open the same example on a Mac, you can better see it. So we ask here, we have 2 functions. One is to make it at a certain resolution. That's the page image function, and the page image at size. There you can specify the exact size you want. And in this case, we say 600 pixel high. The width is automatically, and we want it compressed as a JPEG, but you can also ask for PNG if you like. And we give it a file name for storing the container.
Let me just add something here real quick. So Lynn from Austin was talking about, mentioned that Calvin was doing this PDF with page 1. So real quick, so on this conversation about PDFs and previews, and it doesn't really particularly matter that it was Calvin or not. On the Macintosh, under most circumstances, you're going to get a preview on page 1 only. That's kind of it. There is a situation where you do an insert command and you put the PDF in the container, in which case the Mac will not generate the thumbnail. And so Calvin did a trick to convert from base64 into base64, then back out of base64, which would trip the Macintosh's library on the computer to generate the thumbnail for you. Once again, however, all we're doing on the Mac is tripping the operating system to give us the thumbnail. That doesn't exist fundamentally. It hasn't existed fundamentally on Windows as of this moment in time. So if you want to do that on Windows, you're going to have a plugin. If you want to do any of the cool stuff like page 5, give me a thumbnail of page 5 or page 10 or whatever, you have to have the plugin. If you want to do anything at all on either platform of any substantial significance, you have to have the plugin for that, right? Very important. So it's the fact that Calvin hacked it on the Mac is fine, other than understand that he was tricking or tripping, telling the operating system to give us the thumbnail. On the Windows, it doesn't do that. It doesn't matter what technique we use on that. That technique actually was kind of put together by the folks at Digital Fusion. That's why I always hate these like Mac only, Windows only solutions, because then we have this conversation with Lynn, who's a perfectly nice person, and they're like, oh, it doesn't work on Windows. That sucks, right? So I get that, right? That's why like Claris is running around saying, oh, there's this live OCR stuff, this live text thing, only if you use a Mac. Well, half my customers are on Windows, so I don't give a shit about that feature. I don't care, okay? Because as soon as I mention it, and someone like Lynn goes, it doesn't work on Windows. And so that's why I'm a big believer in cross-platform parity, and MonkeyBread does most things at cross-platform. So
yeah, that's why we got the live text for you.
Yeah,
we got live text for you for Mac and Windows, and with PDF support.
Wait. So you have the live text for Windows too? So that solves that live text issue. So Lynn, you're great. You're awesome. Feel free to ask questions because the expert's here. I've got to run because I'm prepping for next week. So I'm going to let Margaret, you are going to help Christian and keep going here. Yes?
Yep.
Okay, so I just added a PDF here as file. And when I use the plugin to query what's in the container, so there's a get types function where I can ask the plugin what's in the container, input PDF. So, and this container has just the file data and the file name. And you see the file and the file name, and the icon there is coming from the file name. Now, if I go here on Mac and add a PDF as picture, then I got a container which gets a lot of more data. So there is a file name, a PDF data, there's a size, so the picture has a size, and there's both a JPEG and a PNG made by FileMaker in this case. So FileMaker will automatically create this for you if you use it on a Mac. There's a feature request to get it on Windows 2, but let me try to show you what the plugin can do. So let's put in, let's say you have the container without preview. Then you can make a little script here to loop over the records. So you could make a loop over records, and you could inspect every record. Let's say you make a query and say, give me the container get types for the field. The field is the PDF. So let's see what the type is. Then I could say if this position, if there is a JPEG insert, then I'm happy. And if not, I could make I could add a preview. So this would be here PDF with preview, and I could ask the plugin to make me a preview. Oops. See? So we have PDF, generate preview, input PDF. So we get a new PDF back with the preview, and we can put it in the field. So input PDF is a field. The variable was $PDF as preview. Okay, save. Run. And something happens. Oh, that's why we have a debugger. Yeah, this is if you so current, okay. So step, and it steps over it because we have a misunderstanding of how the position function works. That was interesting.
Huh.
So I think a few people in the chat may guess what my mistake is. But otherwise, I will just test the expression here. So I want the position of the first JPEG, and that's 0. Oh, yeah, of course. I want the 0.
Oh.
So I was testing if we have a preview already. That was the idea, because if we have a preview already, we can skip the container. But now we can just make a preview, because we didn't have one. So let's try this on Windows. Well, this PDF. So we still have here FileMaker running. Let's quit it. I don't want to type the script again, so I will just solve the file over. Oh, doesn't want. I will type the script. So let's try again. We make a script on Windows. New script. Set file. I thought I could save time by just moving over.
I'm surprised it doesn't drag and drop.
Yeah, I may not have the driver installed, and before I can do copy and paste.
Hey.
Not sure if that's fast enough, but let's just copy the same thing from Mac to Windows, because copy and paste is not working. So this is the line. So let's see, PDFKit generate preview and input PDF. It's not that difficult. So the special thing for this function is that we got the WinPDF functions, and I thought we may have a lot of script, a lot of scripts which already use the Mac function there. And so I made a function for Windows and then thought about I could just make this Mac function to also work on Windows and the Windows function to use PDFKit on Mac. So basically, this is the same function as if I would type WinPDF. Because we can use the preview for both sides. And so you have one function actually to make a preview on Mac and Windows now for the upcoming version of the plugin. That may be useful for some people.
I think it will. We have a quick question. Does the script check pages that Christian is showing require DynaPDF for Windows?
No, this one here is using the built-in PDF functions on Windows, so you don't need DynaPDF for this. But I thought someone may ask about it. What's the difference between all the things? So we may look on the table. So on my blog, I recently made a table here.
Oh, that's new.
About I made it for the presentation here. So we have DynaPDF functions, WinPDF, and PDFKit in our FileMaker plugin. So let's see. DynaPDF is available on Mac, on iOS, technically on Android, but we have no FileMaker for Android. But DynaPDF can also be used on Linux and Windows. PDFKit is from Apple. That's for Mac and iOS. The Windows PDF stuff is, of course, for Windows only. So they have a lot of capabilities here. Let's see. So let's go down. So we can create encrypted PDF with PDFKit, but not with a WinPDF, because the WinPDF function really is just for making previews and querying page sizes. But we can open existing PDF files, of course, with all three. We can use either DynaPDF or PDFKit to merge files. So like you can just take your invoice made in FileMaker and attach some additional document like your terms of services to the same PDF and send it together to your customer so he can't lie about you about not getting it. Next is text extraction. So if you have a document management database, you may want to have all your text for your PDF documents and store it in a field so you can search for it. That can be extracted by DynaPDF and by PDFKit. And I have to add that the DynaPDF function actually sorts all the little text pieces by position. So we go from top left to bottom right and give you all the text pieces in the order. So the text actually reads as if you would read it, while PDFKit, the Apple function just goes over all the text blocks as they appear in the PDF document. So when you're drawing a page, you could be drawing the text pieces in any order, and so it can be random depending on the application which made the PDF.
God, interesting.
Yeah, and then we can make pictures with DynaPDF Pro or with PDFKit or with Windows PDF engine. Yeah, and a few more things, like you can also split things with DynaPDF or PDFKit.
A quick clarification question from the audience. Do Starter, Light, Professional, Enterprise all refer to DynaPDF? Yep. Yeah, so DynaPDF comes in 4 different versions. So there is a starter version, which is just enough to make a new PDF. So like if you want to just output some text, pictures, tables, vector graphics, then we have the light version, which includes the import of files. So you can load something. And by loading 2 documents, you can merge them if you like. You can also get the text out of it because you can load them, and you can also work with form fields because that requires you to load a PDF. And then the Pro version of DynaPDF has the rendering engine and some other advanced features. And then there is an enterprise version, which you could use if you want to, get source code for the DynaPDF library and link it into your whatever app in C++. And then there is also an additional thing to buy if you want the PDFA converter. Yeah, but the good thing now is that we have something for Mac and something for Windows built into the plugin now. Which will make a lot of people happy, I think.
Okay, let me close that. So for all the functions, you of course try them and play with them. And if you go on our blog, you can see the announcement for the beta version, so you can actually get this example here.
There you go.
So next, do we have any PDF questions?
Just kind of one from Larry about do you have a way to insert page breaks into a layout?
Well, if you make a PDF with FileMaker, you are up to the engine FileMaker uses, so there is no influence by the plugin for it. So you would have to ask someone who knows all the little tricks on the FileMaker PDF engine. So let's see, we have PDFKit functions. Let's see. So if you have a Mac or iOS app, like this could be your FileMaker iOS SDK-based app or FileMaker Pro on Mac. And you can use our PDFKit functions. Let's say you want to combine. Oops. Let's say you want to combine two PDFs. You can just say here, combine. Let me show you the script. No, there is no script. That's so simple. This is just one function call. So you see here, just you call a function, PDF combine. You give it a name for your target PDF, and then you pass in whatever PDFs you like to merge. And that's really where we made the function really simple. Let me look in the documentation. And yes, PDF is a variable length. So it can have several parameters as you like. Like if you want, you could just repeat a PDF here, and then you have it twice in your new PDF.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I assume it combines it in the order that you listed in?
Yes, of course. We have some better example here where we have different records. So every record is an input PDF, and then it loops over the records and just adds the pages from each PDF it gets. So in this case, it's just calling combine and passes a list of PDFs, which we opened before. So there's a function to open a PDF from a container, and then you just merge the whole list, and then later free the whole list. So
also nifty.
Now there's more the thing, if you need it, you can just look up the example. Like if your boss says, we need to split pages. Let's see, I need an example PDF. So copy the path name. So this goes on a test folder. Oh, I need a test folder. So split. Look in the test folder, and yeah, we have.
That's really cool.
We have a couple of pages. The idea is that we have a lot of customers sometimes asking, we need to split it, like we want to take a few pages from this PDF and then add a few pages from this PDF and then assemble a big final PDF. And so a lot of people ask about this split functions.
That's
and we have different functions there. Like in this case, it's so we load the PDF once, and then we just ask for individual pages, but not directly as a container, but as a reference. So we have different functions there. You can just get a page as a container and just put it in the field or write it to disk. In this case, it gets it as a reference, so it is stored in memory. You can do several operations on it, and one would be to write it to disk and later release it. So let's see, we also have DynaPDF functions.
A lot of those.
They do a lot of things.
Yep.
I just worked on an example today for a client.
Ooh.
So yeah, they asked about having more options for the links.
Huh.
So this example here, oh, well, wait, we need an input PDF. So let's say I save this thing here as a PDF, and then I put it into the container. So 4 links. So this example goes over a PDF page and it looks for certain text pieces. So this looks for example, or for MonkeyBread software, and wherever on the page there's MonkeyBread software, I will put a link.
That's really cool. I didn't even know you could do that.
Oh, where's my desktop? Oh, there. There's the PDF. So if I go here over, no, this is not the input.
Did you export it?
No, I didn't export it. Of course not. So Untitled 2. And I'm not used to the small screen. So, okay. So we got a watermark, but we also got here a link. You see, I can hover over the links. It shows me the links.
That's really cool.
And the idea here is to do this automatically. So you let FileMaker create your PDF, and you don't know on which page a certain text appears. You may not know in advance, but you may want to have a link to your website be highlighted and clickable. So I can click on this, and it asks me if you want to open the file. And then also I made here some manual links. So
I have to ask Richard about doing
we have more options
next to our book.
So where's my example? So, okay. So you see here, contact us, links to the form page, and here end loop, links to the documentation. So the script is here. You can copy it to your solution, be happy, and learn from it. So we initialize DynaPDF. We create a new work environment. We set a few flags. Those are actually default flags, but you can actually change the flags. So you can maybe only specify the flags of the things you want to import. Like if you're opening an existing PDF, you can say, I want the vector graphics and the pictures, but not the form fields, and maybe skip all the annotations, maybe skip the 3D graphics or whatever. So you can skip various things on importing, but we usually import all things in the PDF, and we want to have pages because you can also import as template. Then we open the file from the container. You could also open from a file on disk, of course. And then once we have something open, we can import either individual pages or the whole PDF file. And for the import of the PDF file, we specify the target page number in the new PDF. So you could actually go and import several files one after the other and just increase the number. So you define where to start. Then for our links, we can define some graphic options, like here the line width. So and the height. So the Adobe Reader may draw a little line around our link to highlight it, to show it's clickable. And there's a highlight mode, so when you click on it, it may show you that well, you click the link by inverting the color. And now we go and loop over these records of the words to look for. We create the page count, so now we loop over the words, then we loop over the pages, and on every page, we just use the plugin to ask, find text, find me the text. Okay, we ask the plugin to find the text, and it will give us a position. This is a little tricky thing because I decided to return the numbers as numbers. So it's a list of values, and actually, if you just use English in the US, you may not need that. This is to make sure that it works in Europe. Because we use a comma for the decimal point.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And so we have to convert a bit, and this function actually makes sure that this number read from the result, which comes back with a dot as a decimal separator, and it's converted to a number to work in Germany. Okay, once we have the coordinates, we create a web link and just pass in the coordinates where on the page the web link should be placed. With hi and the URL it targets, and after a lot of looping and looking for all the words on all the pages, this is finished. And then we also place a few manual links. So I wanted to show how to do it with a JavaScript action for a client. If you use Adobe Reader, you can use JavaScript in your PDF document to do various things.
Ah.
So we can make a normal link here, like above. So we can set a font, text area, color, and then we write some text there, and then we make the text clickable. So this is how you would place a link on your pages. Like, let's say you're waiting your invoice or whatever, and you want to add a clickable link with your URL, company name, or whatever on every page. You can just loop over the pages and do this. And then if you want to use a JavaScript action, you can use our create.js action function, which is also new for the upcoming 13.2 release. So there's an app launch URL function in JavaScript for PDF. And you would have to Google the documentation, of course, from Adobe about this. The function basically takes an URL and a flag, and I think the flag is about opening in a new window.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you're watching the PDF, the question is whether it just launches in the same window or in a different window. So that was the idea here to make a new tab, but I'm not sure if Adobe Reader currently honors the flag.
Interesting.
But you can do anything you like in JavaScript, which is permitted there. Like we have another example to use form fields and then calculate a sum. So if you change your value, it will do the math for you with a little JavaScript. And so you can create either a page link or a web link here. And the idea is if the JavaScript doesn't run, like you don't have JavaScript for your PDF reader, then this would be the default action to happen. Like it would just open the website with a normal link action. But if you have JavaScript, it would trigger the JavaScript code here. And we just connect both here with the add action to object, and then we can close the page, save the PDF, and release memory. And that's another thing I have to point out. We have a lot of plugin functions that give you a number because they allocate some memory for an object. And you have to clean up that because we don't know how long you'll need the PDF. So eventually you have to call the release function to throw the PDF out of memory and avoid FileMaker running out of memory. So, and today I had a customer complaining me that a DynaPDF function would complain that he has over 100 open PDF documents. And
yeah, that tends to get out of control really fast.
Yeah, so if you write a script and loop over 100 documents, eventually the plugin may tell you, oh, memory is getting full, please change your script.
You don't have space. We do have a quick question from Stu. How would one search a specific area of a PDF, example upper left, to find some specific info, example a document number? I think this is similar to a recent live stream, but I don't think we covered that in the live stream. Would this functionality require DynaPDF or only MBS plugin?
DynaPDF. Text of area, yeah.
Oh.
So of course we need a PDF. What do we have? Too many windows, yeah. So let's take the PDF form we had. Now this is the wrong window. This window. Okay, drop the PDF in. Press a button. So page from all pages, page from first page, and here now text from the all pages, text from first page, and text from an area. So, and yeah, I have a demo code here. Yeah. So let's see
how each of these works.
Yeah, it's quite difficult. You see, like you have to start a new PDF environment. You have to actually load the container. You actually have to move the pages into memory, so they actually read at this point. Like this only reads the metadata, like how many pages and
so does
what's there. And this just opens the container data and looks up the metadata, and then this actually moves data, like image data, from the compressed PDF stream to memory. And then you can do things. And here's an extract text function, which has a couple of parameters. Like you may want to pass it the the page you are interested in, and then there are a couple of flags we can look into later, and then coordinates. Like this is something like 100 from left, 100 from top or bottom. We have to look up 200 width, 200 high. With PDF, you have to always think about the coordinate system, which may have its origin on the top of the page or the bottom of the page. If you don't know, you look on the wrong side of the PDF. So let's just jump to the documentation. So it's here, it says a top coordinate of the area. And the flags, so we usually sort things. So I think this is a default. And we can handle overlapping text a little bit, deleting duplicate things. Like sometimes you have a word in one color, and on top of it, with a little pixel moved, you have the same word, but in a different color to create a nice effect. And you want to skip it if you have the same word with identical text on top of each other. Yeah.
It's cool.
And then here, the area defines the area, and you have, of course, to here adjust for the current page coordination settings, whether it's top or bottom. But usually it's bottom. So let's see if I can get my link text there. I think this was maybe 300, and this was on the bottom of the page. Let's see. So we get Open MBS website, which is exactly on the bottom of the page. Yeah, here.
Oh.
This is the text for the link. So I looked here for, what was it? 1010. So this is here, 1010 on the bottom left, and then 300 wide and 200 high. So I get even too much text here. And I had customers who use this to exactly get some text from a PDF. Like if you know you get the same PDF from the same company every time, and they put maybe the invoice number on the same spot on the page, and you could just extract the text and then make your regular expression to pick out the digits, then you can be very happy. And if you don't like this warning, you should
you should buy
a license. Yeah.
Any follow-up questions to do? Nope.
You can try all the features, of course, for free. You get a watermark here and there. Here, the sum form field. Well, that would need Adobe Reader. Do I have that? No. Okay, let's just show how it's done. So we have a little JavaScript here. So you all have probably heard about this JavaScript thing. So there is a get field function defined for the PDF document class in JavaScript for Adobe Reader. And so you can query the value of a field into a local variable. And once you have all these local fields, you can ask them for the value. So you get a field object, which has, of course, some properties like alignment or size of the box. And, of course, a value, which is a text in the field. And then we can just say our result value is the sum of those values. And we create a JavaScript action. Here also we fix the line endings, because this JavaScript string shouldn't be an make line endings. It wants the Unix one, SHA-10. Then we create text fields with alignment and even a number formatting, so it looks like a number. And then, the output field is a text field. We can set fields to be read-only. We can also make fields invisible if you like. So you can hide fields and put your record ID into a hidden field. Then we add here an on-calc thing. So whenever a field is updated, Adobe Reader will trigger the on-calc to recalculate it, and thus run our expression. And then it will show you the value. We can also make a button with the same expression. No, not the same. yeah, you see here, we use the app alert command to actually show you the result in the message box. And then we make the button. And you can run the script, you can create the sample PDF, and then you can open it in Adobe Reader, and then it should work.
Interesting.
Yeah. And can I not write here somewhere? No. I need Adobe Reader for this. This doesn't work in the normal. So I don't have that here now, not installed. Okay, so next question maybe.
I don't see any questions. Any comments, questions, concerns, any PDF problems a lot of you are having at the moment?
So let's take another example. Like for example, this one. This is an example I made for a client. They put PDF in their FileMaker solution. They want to show the PDFs. People may go and export the PDF, print the PDF, and so people may have several copies of it, and you may just want to know what date this file was downloaded, maybe, or what who downloaded it. Like if you who exported this report and gave it to the press. Like there are various things. So in this case, we just load the PDF when you go in this solution. If you load the record, you actually don't see the original PDF, because the original PDF is in a hidden container. So there is another container, and this is the original PDF, and the PDF you get is this one.
That's cool.
So on the fly, when you open this record, we will change the PDF for you. We will load it into DynaPDF, and we will write some text on it. In this case, every page gets a page number and the name of who you are, like your account name. So the idea is you could print on a date timestamp on it if you like, or the name of. You don't need to have it visible if you want. You could also just hide the text and still have the text there, but nobody sees it. And so it's a way for people to identify who downloaded it and who saw the PDF.
That's really cool that you could even. It's a fun way to do.
It's similar to our page numbers example. That's something I get asked from time to time. So people just got a lot of PDF pages made by FileMaker, and they want to have a final page number on it. Like after merging several PDFs, you may want to make new page numbers. And so you can loop over the pages, call the edit page function on each page, set a font, your choice, and then use here a function like write f text to write some aligned text on the page. In this case, it's here page high, a thing you can query. So it's a little distance from the bottom, a little distance from the left, and there's a little distance from the right side, and then we use right alignment, and then just put in some text like here, get page number and page count, and pour some text on it. So yeah, just a little.
If there's already page numbers on it, like if you need to get rid of the old page numbers and replace with new page numbers.
Yeah, if you know where the old page numbers are, you can just draw a rectangle over them. Oh. Just a little white rectangle.
And then you implant. Okay, that's cool.
That's what we did for. Of course, you should have an idea of where the page number is, but on the other side, you can just draw a white rectangle and then draw your number there. So it's like you stick the label on it, on top of it. You can also put barcodes on it.
Oh.
We have a barcode example, I think. Now I have to find it, yeah. So the idea here is DynaPDF can make barcodes, like, well, everyone can make barcodes, but if you make your barcode with our normal plugin functions, you would get a picture. But here with DynaPDF, you get vector graphics. And that's a little bit better because it will be sharp at any resolution you print it. Oops, here's my desktop. So like if you go and look on the barcode.
These are
that's.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, we should have a barcode which is, has font symbols. So, well, anyway, the key thing here is that they are vector graphics. They are not a picture, so there is no issue with scaling them or with printer resolution.
That's really
and you can do a lot of things with barcodes on things. Like if you send, let's say you send some form, some PDF to a client, you can include a barcode on it. Because if the recipient prints the form and fills it out by hand, you can read the barcode later when you get the form and then identify the record without typing. So you can just scan the barcode and know which record it is, and then put in the answers in your system.
Quick question from people in Discord about a different topic. Is there a way to detect a table in a PDF and extract the formatted data?
Well, that's difficult. Because in the PDF, you find a couple of lines and text commands. So we have no code to recognize that the lines look like a table for you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm sorry. There are commercial applications and web services who may do that, but we don't do it. So where's my... sometimes I look for the examples, I don't see them. Okay, do we have more questions?
Not at the moment. People are typing, but I don't know if they have questions.
Okay, another thing you may have is like you get a PDF and you like to get the pictures from it. So do I have here? So I can take this PDF with the barcodes and list pictures, and there are none. There's no picture.
The proof.
Yeah, no, that's a proof. So okay, let's take another one. Let's say we have our installation PDF. That should be here. Orbit in, list images, and here are the pictures.
Oh.
So you can see the type of pictures, or normative pictures. They have a byte size, so you can see how big they are. Width and height, or maybe also interesting. And there's a scaled width and scaled height. So this is a size the picture is showing on a page. And from this number, we can calculate the display resolution. So if you run a printing shop and you get a customer PDF and you want to pre-flight it and see if the pictures are too small, you can use this functionality, this example, and just go through the list and see if any number here is too small for you. We have the problem that like someone is making a PDF and they just drop in a picture. Mm-hmm. The picture may be too small or too big. So in this case, we look for too small. There's also the thing with too big. That's the other example here. So, well, I don't have a big picture here to test. So let's check the installation one again. So, we can still optimize it.
Oh.
So half the size about. So the optimize command can go and check things in the PDF, like we can scale images. So I can turn it off and run it again. And you see it stays big. So the scaling of the pictures alone is most of the saving. So we also can delete invisible passes. We can give links new name. So like if you have links between items in the PDF, a lot of tools make really long names for them. Like there may be a 20-character name, and this may appear 1,000 times. So by renaming those links, like link 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just give them short names. We can save space. We can also flatten layers. So you may have a PDF which has several layers, like tabs on a web page. We can switch between them. We can remove that if you want. We can add the private data included, for example, by InDesign for editing the PDF. So if you plan to send this PDF to someone, you don't need that. We can also delete thumbnails in the PDF document, which can be recreated by the PDF viewer, and also alternate images. So if you have a picture in a PDF, you can actually include an RGB and a CMYK version. So one for screen, one for printer. We can remove the alternate version. We can also remove zero line width objects. So if you have a line drawing and the line has no width, we can remove that line. We can also do some conversion here to RGB or CMYK, and this changes, of course, the picture again. Yeah, and we can also do convert text to out. Oh, my English is poor sometimes. So you may ask, why would you want to do that? So now, after this conversion, the text is no longer text. This is a graphic now. It's a vector graphics.
Oh.
So there is no longer any text I can select here.
You can't highlight it or do anything to it. Cool.
There is nothing. There is no text anymore. This is a PDF without text. It just has nice fancy lines looking like text, but no more text. Pictures are still there. So optimize is quite nice. So the problem here is usually, let's say you have a container field in FileMaker used for your logo here, or for whatever picture you have on the PDF. You take a picture with your latest iPhone or whatever mobile phone. The picture has 100 megapixel. You drop it right into the container, and then you have a 5 megabyte PDF size because the picture is so big. So, and in our script, we tell DynaPDF to look on the pictures. This looks more complicated than it is. So let's see. So we look for 1-bit pictures of at least 50 DPI, ray pictures, color pictures. Then if they have more than 50 DPI, we reduce whatever DPI number they have to 150 and do the JPEG compression. If the resulting picture is smaller than the original ones, because some pictures can get bigger on compression. So like if you have a black and white picture with LCV compression, so there are certain compressions here for black and white pictures, which are smaller than JPEGs. So it can be that your original picture is smaller. So we will check that. And so if the resolution is worth checking, and we reduce it to the maximum of 150, compress JPEG, and then put the picture back. And this way you can reduce the picture size a lot. And also we have these options which you can pass as either text or number. So you can read all about the options here.
This is incredibly useful. Like, I think
there's a lot of
ridiculous amounts of document PDFs hanging around and making their database exceptionally fat.
So if you have any questions, you can always send an email to support@monkeybreadsoftware.de. You can download the plugin, try the examples. We appreciate if you buy a license. Please. And if you have any topic wishes for the live stream or for a new function in the plugin, please email.
Yeah, so absolutely. No, seriously, this is one of the coolest plugins you can have. The amount of stuff that, like, oh, I didn't even know that I could wish for things to happen until Christian showed them. Yep. Yeah, everyone's saying pretty much what I'm saying. Thank you. This is awesome. Thank you. You keep being amazing. We much appreciate it. Y'all have a lovely Friday, and we will see you next week.
here who maybe a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired.
Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!